The first day of the Transport Women Australia conference has commenced, and next to me is Rhonda Stone from Training Services New South Wales. Good morning, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Now, Rhonda, you are one of the speakers later this morning, and you'll be covering the topics of trying to attract females and also overall students to the transport industry.
Yes,
So,
that's right.
what points have you got to give to us?
Well, basically, it's a good outlet for the students to learn about women in transport. I'm trying to promote out in the southwest Sydney region about different pathways that students can get involved in, and specifically women or female students.
Yeah.
And the transport and logistics industry is an industry that, they're not familiar with. They don't, it's primarily a male-dominated industry.
Yeah.
And to be able to get some work within that area with the women in transport to promote it, I think is really beneficial. And I have had some women within the group here come to schools and try to start doing that and try to get that information out there to the female students.
Rhonda, what can the industry do to help promote themselves even further?
I think, be more proactive within schools. One of the expos that I did, one of the ladies bought a truck, and of course that obviously brings a different dynamic to it.
Yeah.
Not only the female students, but the male students are like, oh, there's a truck, So I think get out there and actually talk to them about not only driving trucks, but the logistics and the pathways and the many different areas that they don't really think about within that industry.
Yeah.
And to really be pretty prominent whenever there is any expos or activities where they're able to be involved in promoting their industry.
What is that initial response from those students when you do wish to raise that awareness of the transport and logistics? Initially, how do they respond when they hear of that sector?
Yeah, not well, unfortunately. Especially women or female students, not well.
What is setting them back? What is scaring them?
Because it's mainly a male-dominated industry, and when they think transport logistics, they think trucks.
Yeah.
Realistically, and they don't. Logistics, they're not familiar with. I think that's a term that they really don't know what that means.
And the many varied roles within transport and logistics, not just driving the truck behind the wheel.
Yeah. So I think that's why, and I was just talking to one of the ladies out there about doing some sort of program where we can introduce them to different industries or different companies and show them the different pathways, but it's just getting the students there. So trying to make it interesting before we actually offer that industry visit so they want to go.
And have you just recently commenced this, or has this been in the works, this particular industry, for quite a while?
This particular industry?
Yeah.
No, I've been working with Transport Women for probably 2.5 years now.
Yeah.
And doing different activities and trying to get some speakers to schools and things like that.
And what's the progress been so far?
Slow. Yeah, unfortunately slow. So, I'm hoping, the more I bring them in, the more the students will understand the industry and want to have a bit of a look around and engage a bit further.
Yeah, and at what age level do you actually target them, Rhonda?
I start from year 9 up to year 12,
Yeah.
so around that, 15, 16-year-old mark.
And do you believe that we should try and target them earlier in primary schools?
I think it would be a good idea, yeah. I think the longer that you are introducing different industries, different pathways to students, the more time they've got to think about, perhaps the pathways or the careers that they really hadn't thought about before.
So it starts from early on. Yeah. Thank you so much, Rhonda. We look forward to your speech very soon, and keep doing what you do, because any help does matter.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you.